everyone. So today I am going to take a lecture of applied statistics and chapter. The topic is the hypothesis. So this is the next example. Example is very interesting. The example is in a hospital, 480 female and 520 male babies were born in a week. Okay, so in a hospital, given in the 480 female and 520 male babies were born in a week. Do these figures confirm the hypothesis that males and females were born in equal numbers? Okay, so here in this question, given if the male and female babies were born in a hospital, so 480 female baby and 520 male babies. Okay, so the hypothesis the claimed that male and females were born in equal numbers. So in this question, we are given in only the probability of female babies and male babies. But here we are not given in the population. Got it? Not given in the population in the percentage form. But you have already known that we are given in the male and female babies who are born in equal numbers. That means we consider the total one, the population is 1, and we divided the equal parts. So 0.5 and 0.5, that means the male babies is equal to 0.5 and female is 0.5. That means 50% male babies and 50% female babies. Okay, so here we consider the population is 50%, 50%. Got it? So don't be confused in this type of question. If not given in the population, so listen carefully. Here in this question, always given in the equal numbers. Okay, if we are given in the equal numbers, then population consider always 50%, 50%. Okay, so let's start the solution. The solution is, first we write the total number of births. Okay, so total number of births 480 female and 520 male babies. So we write here 480 plus 520 is equal to 1000. Okay. So first we find the small v and we write here the female baby is born. You write here the male baby is born because of both the values are same, because of our claimed is what? Claimed is the male and female babies were born in the equal number. Okay, so we write here male or female. Don't worry, both are correct. So small p is equal to sample proportion of females born. So we write here 480 divided by 1000. So the probability of the female babies born is equal to 0.48. Okay. The next we write the capital P. That means the population proportion of females born. So total is 1. We consider the 1. So females born in 50% and males born in 50%, babies born. So we write here the 0.5. Okay. The next is we write here the capital P is equal to 0.5. That means 50%. So capital Q is equal to 1 minus P. That means 1 minus 0.5 is equal to 0.5. So first we write the null hypothesis. So null hypothesis is equal to null hypothesis, that means we write here H naught is equal to male and female babies were born in equal numbers. That means P is equal to P naught. And you write here the sentence male and female babies were born in the equal form. Okay, so next we write here, what we write here? Alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis, and we write here the H1 or HA. Both are correct. H1 is equal to P, not equal to P naught. Okay, because of here not given in the at least or at most word. Got it? We already seen in our previous example. In this example, we are given in the at least 95% equipment. So we write the one test left or right. But in this question, we find the equal number. Okay, so that means P is equal to P naught is equal to null hypothesis. So P not equal to P naught is the alternative hypothesis. That means what? So you write here the sentence: the male and female babies were born is not in the equal number. Okay. So third one is, that means this is the two-tailed test. Got it? Always you write here one tailed test, two-tailed test. If you write here the less than sign, so you here write the less two-tailed test. And if you use the greater than sign, then you write here the right-tailed test. Got it? So our next term is the level of significance. Okay, so level of significance is equal to, we are not given in the level of significance. So, why we write here the level of significance? Why we use the level of significance in the hypothesis? Because we have the specific data, because of our final answer we compare with the level of significance. Okay, so here we consider the 5% level of significance by default. Okay, the fourth one is the test static. Okay, so test static, that means the value of z is equal to small p minus capital P divided by root capital P capital Q upon n. Okay, so this is the formula of the z is equal to small p minus capital P divided by root capital P, capital Q upon n. Okay, so we write here the values. Small p is equal to 0.48, capital P is equal to 0.5 divided by root capital P, that means 0.5, capital Q 0.5 divided by n, that means 1000. Okay, so we get the value of minus 1.265. Solve this step and we get the value of minus 1.265. So always we write here the positive form. So we write mod of z is equal to 1.265. Okay, so our fifth step is critical value. Okay, so our fifth step we write here the critical value. So critical value is what? Critical value is a z 5% level of significance is 1.96 for two-tailed test. Okay, and if we use the one-tailed test, so we write here 1.645. So always you remember that all the values 1%, 5% and 10% level of significance with the two-tailed test and one-tailed test. Okay, so here 1.96 value is greater than the 1.265. That means a null hypothesis is accepted. So null hypothesis is accepted. That means male and female babies were born in the equal. So our fourth step is mod of z is equal to 1.265. Okay. So after that we compare our table, that is the critical value. So critical value is equal to mod of z 0.05, or you write here the 5% level of significance is equal to 1.96. So here compare with the mod of z alpha 1.96 and the mod of z is equal to 1.265. So decision is what? Decision is mod of z less than mod of z alpha. That means 1.265 less than 1.96. That means our null hypothesis is accepted. So what we claimed is that the male and female babies were born in the equal number. Okay, so this is the example of the, if we are given in the one probability and one population. Okay, our next type of example is we are given in the number of two sample size, that is N1 and N2, and given in two populations, capital P1 and capital P2. So in this type of question, first you check if a question given in the one sample size and one population, so we find this type of method. Okay, follow this step. And if a question given in the two sample size and two populations, so we use this pattern. Okay, so let's start the difference of proportion in the large sample. All these example depends on if a number of samples and greater than 30. Okay, so our third topic is first we write the null hypothesis, because in this type of question we are given in the two population. So our null hypothesis is always P1 is equal to P2. Okay, so alternative hypothesis is what? Alternative hypothesis is P1 not equal to P2 if two Taylor test, and for one Taylor test we write here P1 greater than P2 or P2 greater than P1. This is the alternative hypothesis. Okay, the next is the test static. After the level of significance, our fourth step is test static. So here we write the three types of the formula. Depends on this type of question if are given in the two samples and two populations. Okay, so the first formula is Z is equal to P1 minus P2. This is the population. P1 minus P2 divided by under root P1 into Q1. So P1 and P2 already given in our question. So with the help of P1 and P2, we find the Q1 and Q2. Okay, so root P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 divided by N1 plus N2. Or N1 and N2 already given in our question. Okay, or you write here the second formula. This formula is used for when the samples proportion knowns, that means the probabilities are given. So we write here small p1 minus small p2 divided by root small p1 q1 plus small p2 q2 divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, and if you write here the third formula that is this formula is also very important, and sometimes the maximum question we are solved with this formula. Okay, so this formula is Z is equal to P1 minus P2 divided by under root P1 P into Q. Okay, so what is the value of P and Q? Because of inner question we are given in the P1 and P2, small p1 and p2 and or capital p1 and p2. So here we write small p and small q in the bracket 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. So here small p1 and small p2 given in our question, but small p, the formula is small p is equal to n1 p plus n2 q divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, so here we write the formula of, here we write the P1 because of small p is equal to N1p plus N2 P2. Okay, so Z is equal to P1 minus P2 divided by root P into Q 1 upon N1 plus 1 upon N2. So this is the third type of the question, depends on the hypothesis. So I will continue this topic in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this video.